Hello guys, welcome here. It's Moduko Wasobi, and I want to show you how I made this flyer, this design here in Canva, and I will be showing you how I made this text, this transparent text in Canva. So let's get started. I'm going to go to my Canva app and create a design size, a design page, and I'm going to show you the size. Which the size I used was 3200 by 3200 for the width. You can see it's a perfect square shape. It's a perfect square design canvas. Can you see now? So I've already added my image. So in case you want to add your own, you can just go to plus icon and import the image from your phone. Okay, so now that we have this, I'm going to just crop it here. Just crop it and adjust it. And now, for the sake of I want to edit this image first to make it more realistic. But for sake of comparison, I'm just going to duplicate this particular page now. So I'm going to click here and duplicate it here. So now we have a new design page. I'm going to work on this image here. Let's go to adjust and increase the contrast first. So the contrast is going to be 19, and the brightness, let's reduce the brightness to like -4. You can see the difference now. So go to saturation and just increase the saturation a little bit. So let's have like 8. It's fine. And then we go to blur and reduce the blur to about -10. You can now see that it came out sharper than it was before. So now that we have this, I'm going to change the background color to black, just as we have it in that design I showed you earlier. So now this is what we have. Okay, then the next thing I'm going to be bringing in is the text. So I'm going to head over to the plus icon and go to text here. Then I'll be coming in with add a heading here, and now I'm going to go to font and search for not so serif. I think I use display not so serif. Yes, so we have something like this here. Not so serif display. I think this is what I used. Yes, let's wait for it to load. So now that we have this, I'm going to go to edit and input my text. I'm going to be writing Vogue here. So let's just adjust it. Let's increase the size and come over to format here and capitalize the whole thing. Can you see what we have now? So you can, okay, we already have this now. So I'm just going to place it right here on this lady here, and I'm going to go to effects here. I'm going to go to effects. Let us change the color first before we go to effects. And now the color we'll be using is going to be something similar to the color of the yes, something like this. Okay, something like this. How I got this color was I used the color picker, the Canva color picker here, and I just pick this place. You can see now. Then I increased it from here. That was how I got the color. So for the sake of let me just use the color code here. So the X code that we have here is 83921D. That is the color code I use. Then I'm going to go to effects here. Then I'm going to change the effect to neon, to the neon effect, and let's click on the filter, then increase it to 100. Can you see what we have now? So now that is how we got that. And before we proceed, let me just go back to my plus icon and go to elements. We want to bring in a light. I'm going to go to elements and search for blur, BLUR, and I'm going to click on see all for the graphics section. So you can see that we have series of them here. So I'm going to go with this first one here, and I'll be changing the color to this green that we've been using. Okay, so what I want to use this one for is to create an illusion that a light is coming. You can see that there is a light on showing, reflecting on the skin of that lady. So when you are designing, make sure that your design is detailed and is kind of realistic, making people know that this is actually real. This can actually be real. You can actually touch this thing. Okay, so now I want to create an illusion that a light is shining on this lady. That is why I'm bringing in this blur images. I'm going to enlarge it here and drag it to the corner of the design Canva. Can you see now? So this is what we have after. Let me just bring it here. Can you see? Because the light is actually extending even to our shoulder. Okay, so now we have the light here. Let me increase again. So now that is what we have. I'm going to click on it and take it to the back. So I'm going to go to position and take it backward. Okay, so now it's below the elements that we already have on the design. So let's just go back to our text. Since the text is already bolded, I'm going to go to position. I want to position it at the back of the lady. Okay, I'm going to position it. Let me just click on backward. You can now see that the text is below the lady. Let me just increase the size of the lady first, and oh no, let me just adjust it a little bit. I think this is good enough. Yes, make sure it's at the center. Let's go to position, and okay, it's already centralized. So let's go back to our text here and make sure it is centralized too. So let's go to position and position it at the center. So it's already centralized. So now I'm going to duplicate it. Can you see now? I'm trying to create that transparent effect you can see on the upper part of the design. Can you see it now? So I'm going to go to effect. So now I'm going to click on the text, the one I just duplicated, and I'm going to go to effect and change it from neon effect to the hollow effect here. Can you see what I have now? So I'm going to filter it again and reduce the thickness down to like 3. Let's change it to 3. No, let's have that again. I'm going to edit it and change it to 3. So let us go ahead. You can see what we now have. Let us decrease it a little bit and make it 2. Yes, 2 is perfect. And now you place it. While placing it, let us zoom in and make sure it is exactly on top of that text. Okay, can you see what I have now? And I'm going to go to transparency and reduce the transparency. So we have transparency of let's make it 50. Yes, so 50 is fine. 50 is fine. Then I'm going to duplicate it again and bring it this one here. You can see, make sure when you're aligning, it is well aligned, it's well arranged. Okay, then I'm going to duplicate again and bring it down here. But for this particular one, we are not going to be having the hollow effect, we are going to be having the normal effect, the neon effect we've been using. So I'm going to go over and increase it to 100, the intensity to 100, and go back to transparency and make it 100 too. Okay, then I'm going to make sure it is centralized. Let's go to position and centralize it. Then I'm going to position it again to the back. Okay, let's take it to the back of the lady. Then I'm going to duplicate again and come here. Okay, then I'm going to position it to the back as well. So just press to the back. Make sure when you are arranging, you have equal distancing between the text. Let's go to position and make it centralized. Then I'm going to duplicate again till I have something like this. Okay, let me just check what I have in the previous design. Okay, so you can see it now. So we have this, let me try to adjust this one. Let's adjust this one so we can have, yes, so this is good enough. Then I'm going to position this one to the back as well. So let us go to position and take it to the back. Okay, and now for this one, we want to have a similar transparent effect as we have it in the upper part of the design. So I'm going to duplicate again and go to effect here. Then I'm going to go to hollow effect. I'm going to go back to hollow effect and change the filter and increase the intensity, decrease the intensity down to 2. But for this particular part, make sure that when you are placing it, it is exactly on top of the one below the lady. Okay, so now let's just change the color from green to white, so you can see what we have. And then go to transparency and reduce it till you get to about 40. It's 40 fine, I think it's okay. Let's make it 45 and let's see what we have. So 45 is perfect. Okay, now we are getting there, and in order to make this this text more realistic again, let's just click on this image. We want to create a shadow for this image now. So I'm going to duplicate it here. You can see what I have now. So I have 2 of the lady. I have 2 of the pictures. Then I'm going to go to adjust, and for this particular one, we are going to reduce the brightness down to minus 100 or minus 99 there. Make sure you reduce it to the lowest. Then I'm going to increase the contrast to the highest, which is 100. Then the saturation back to minus 100. Can you see what we have now? Then I'm going to head over to blur and increase the blur to about let's have about 36. Yes, this is okay. So this is what we have. Then I'm going to go to nudge. Yeah, this nudge is used to adjust an element bit by bit, in case you don't just want to move it too much. Okay, you just nudge it to the side a little bit. I want the shadow to move backwards, so let's just nudge it back. And I'm going to go to position and click on, you not click on to back at once. Now let's take it back one after the other. So I'm going to click on backward first. You can see it went under the first text, then the next one. So now it is below the image, and that is what I want, because I actually want the shadow to be on the text too. If you take it to back, you see that it will go down, and you will not like that. You will not see it again. Let's take it forward. So now that we have it like this, now you can see what we have. But before that, don't unclick or just hold it like that. And I'm going to go to transparency and reduce the transparency to like 70, or 71 thereabouts. Can you see the difference now? So if I'm to reduce it to 0 and take it back to 70, you can see the difference. Rather. So now that we have this, we are almost done with the design. So the next thing I'm going to do, I want to create an illusion that this image is coming from is emerging is coming up. It's coming up from somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to go to plus icon and go to elements. Then I'll be searching for fade. Okay, I'll be searching for fade, and for that I'm going to go to graphics here. I can even see the one I'm looking for. This is the one I'm looking for. You can see the elements. It's like something is fading out, so let's just drag it. Make sure that you increase it very well. Okay, increase it, increase it, increase it. Then go to position and make sure it is centralized. Okay, and now that we have this, I'm going to go to position and take it backward just once. No, let's bring it forward again. So it's going to be forward. It's going to be on top, like on top of every element here. You can see, make sure it's overshadowing every element that we have here. Let's not take it backward, because if you take it backward, it's going to fall under this and it's not looking nice. Let's take it forward, and this is what we have. You can see what we have now. It's coming out so nice. Let's go back and centralize it. So now that we have this, we want to just have something like a signature that you designed it. So I'm going to go to plus icon and go to text here, and then I'll be selecting at the heading. I just want to write my signature, motivation design. So let me just write that quickly, and I'll be changing the text. The font I used here was Britney. Here's the font, and I'll place it here. But for this, I don't want it to be too loud, so I'm going to go to transparency and reduce it to about 70. It's fine too. 70 is okay. 72. So yeah, I think we have it. And now that we are done, we are just going to go over and download the image. You know how you can download? Okay, let me just show you quickly. So you click here, and just download in PNG format. So that will be all for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.